Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TWSN YouTube channel. My name is Nader Asaf, and today I'm joined by my co-hosts Ted and Evan. And today we're going to be breaking down the main event of UFC 281, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Ted, if you could start us off, what's your prediction?
Listen, we've got the last style bender who hasn't bent too much style other than a jab and a leg kick for his last two or three performances. I'm the biggest fan. I've got his name on the back of my shirt right now. I named my dog Izzy. Those are both facts that I'm not necessarily proud of these days, but it is what it is. The guy really, really got me from striking based combat to MMA. I fought him from glory to the UFC. He really is the reason I probably even do this right now. I see Israel taking a 49-46 decision. But I saw that about three-quarters of the way through his second fight with Alex Pereira, even pre-glory. I don't even remember the name of the promotion, but they brought out a gas tank for him when he got knocked out. But so I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to give you guys a straight pick on this. I think this is 49-46 Israel if it goes 5 rounds or Pereira lands that left hook and clips him in the third or fourth round. I think Israel is far too evasive and defensively sound. I don't think he's going to get caught early. We're going to have a fight. It's going to be a good fight. And he is going to take the fight to him. This is the style he wants to fight. This is the fight he wants. He wants to redeem himself on the biggest stage, Madison Square Garden. I believe the last time he fought in Madison Square Garden is when he styled on Derek Brunson. He wants to do that again. I don't think he finishes Poatan because the guy's just too dangerous and made of steel. But I think he's the better fighter. I think he's the better point fighter, certainly. But I think if this gets to the third, fourth round and Israel takes off the gas, I think this is the end of the run for the style bender. If anyone in this division can beat him, it's this guy right here. So it's going to be a knockout Saturday night for Alex Pereira, or it's going to be Israel Adesanya for a long time coming. Maybe Bo Nickel, maybe Hamzat Chimaev. But Evan, what do you think?
So back in July, this is when I was brought on to TWSN, and we went through a couple training sessions, and one of the ones that really sticks out was how to be more, have your video presence. And they asked us to give us a bold prediction that we had. And back then I said Alex Pereira would defeat Israel Adesanya. He would knock him out. And I am not changing from that now. I don't know if I'm quite as confident as I was then, but I'm going to stick with it. I think I may have said round one, but I'm not going with that anymore. I really like what you said. I think I'm going to go with Alex Pereira to knock him out in the third round in this fight. I think it's going to take him a longer time because we saw with his fight against Strickland, he went out there and demolished him. But Sean Strickland he's not touching Izzy's level of competition here. But a vibe I get from this fight is kind of Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman. I know it's not I know Alex Pereira does not fight anything like Chris Weidman, but Izzy has that wild head movement. He doesn't really keep his hands up all the way. And when you're going against someone who has that knockout power, that's going to be dangerous. And I see Poatan pretty much doing the same thing he did to Sean Strickland with that mean right hand and knocking him flat on his back. And I think we're going to have a new middleweight champion come Saturday.
To your point, in the later half of that second Pereira fight, when Izzy did start skating, he started doing the hand down pulls, and Pereira missed a wheel kick by about this much, and that's why I just don't want to see that. But Nader, I know you have opinions. What do you got?
I mean, first off, I just want to say alongside Ted, I'm one of the biggest Izzy fans you'll ever meet. I love the guy. Pretty disappointed how he's been fighting recently just from an entertainment standpoint. But you got to understand that, at a certain point, it just has to depend on keeping your title, being safe, not taking risk when it's not needed. And that's what Izzy does. He's a safe fighter when he needs to be. Will he go out and get a knockout if needed? 100%. We've seen it in the past. It's just he's changed and evolved. And at a certain point, he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. So he's going to fight smart. But I just want to say This is the scaredest I've ever been as an Izzy fan for him to lose his title. Because first of all, when was the last time you saw Izzy as only a minus 175 favorite? I'm pretty sure for Rob, he was closer to minus 300. And
He
Whitaker's
was a bigger favorite. He was a considerably bigger favorite for Jan Blachowicz in a bigger weight class as an
exactly.
active champion.
Pereira is a freak of nature, to put it in simple terms. This guy looks like Glover Teixeira's like father when they train together, and Glover Teixeira is not a small light heavyweight. It's not like this
Look
dude
at him
is
next to Dominic
undiscrimined.
Reyes.
Dominic
Look at him
Reyes
next to Dominic
is
Reyes.
6 foot what? 6'3" almost,
At least.
205 plus pounds, and he makes him look like a kid. This guy has the strongest left hook possibly in MMA history, I think,
It's
ever.
the pound for pound greatest punch in MMA. You can maybe Francis Ngannou, but pound for pound, the way it puts people out, that is the pound for
In
pound.
combat sports history, it's disgusting. The dude is a freak of nature. We saw what he did to Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, a lot of people had him winning that fight, and Pereira just went out one punch. It's not like he consistently was bullying him and he got a TKO. It took one punch to put Sean Strickland out like nothing. So I think that Adesanya, he has to be preparing all camp for that left hook. He has to. I think that we know Izzy can fight boring, and although I don't want this to be a boring fight, I have Izzy winning on points. Like Ted said, I think it's going to be a 49-46, but similar to what Malik Wright said, our CEO, another UFC fan, he said when Blachowicz was fighting Adesanya, Izzy has to be perfect for 5 rounds. Blachowicz only has to be perfect for 1 punch. And that's the same thing for Alex Pereira. I have Izzy. I'm very, very skeptical, though, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if Adesanya were to lose his belt. But you guys have any closing remarks?
Yeah, but I just want to say something here. First off, I meant to say left hook with Sean Strickland. I didn't mean to put out the right hook there. But I want to say that I am a pretty big Izzy fan myself. I've loved the guy, ever since Anderson Silva's fallen off and he's now retired. Izzy's been that guy has taken that spot for me. But I think, I don't know, when I saw Powhatan land that punch on Sean Strickland, it just flipped something in me in this fight. I just think with how I know he's got the great head movement, but how lackluster his top defense has been with his hands, that he leaves his head out there against guys who probably aren't going to knock him out. That's not what Powhatan is. He is a knockout. He's a killer. And I think he's going to do that to Izzy.
One thing I just want to say, because I've said it's going to be 49-46 Izzy, and I've said Pereira can't probably get a finish in the first 2 rounds. I was one of those people that admittedly I was not looking at the TV when Leon Edwards knocked out Kamaru Usman, because I had that fight over in my book. Izzy will book the first 3 rounds of this fight, at least the first 2. He will win clearly the first 2 rounds. Do not look away, because this Brazilian machine that is Alex Pereira, he holds that power for 5 rounds. Izzy will be the more active guy. He will be kicking his legs more, jabbing more, but Pereira will be looking for 1 punch that whole fight, and do not look away, because it'll land at some point, even if it doesn't put him away. Because don't forget, Izzy has a chin on him, and he has a dog in him. I think this will look like, we've talked about what this might look like. This will look like the Gastelum fight, but with an actual kid. Like Gastelum was showing heart. This will be a war between a guy with actual weapons in the striking department. And the one other thing we mentioned, if you're bored with Izzy, the last time we had odds this close, the last time there was someone we thought, even a big, strong, chiseled Brazilian, might beat Izzy, it was Paulo Costa, and he went out there and shut him out, had the best performance of his career, one of the best title performances ever, that we look over because he had a boring fight with Jared Cannonier. But that Izzy is back in Madison Square Garden this Saturday. This isn't going to be a boring fight. At the end of the day, listen, none of us have a bold pick. It's a good fight. That's a sign of a good fight. Don't be mad at us. Just go buy that paper.
Oh, 100%. And similar to you, Ted, actually Twitter spoiled the Kamaru Usman Leon Edwards KO for me. So I learned my lesson.
Let it happen.
Learn my lesson. Turn the phone off. Throw it. I'm not even gonna sniff it during the main card. But To close it out, thank you so much for watching the video. Please make sure to subscribe to the TWSN YouTube channel. We have a lot of great content. Make sure to go check out the articles and on the website, twsn.net. And lastly, go subscribe to our Patreon. We're going to have plays for this card. And as we said before, it's free money. And who doesn't like free money? Ted, do you like free money?
I love free money.
Evan, you like free money?
Love free money.
Exactly. Go make free money. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in a couple days. Poirier versus Chandler. Our predictions for those fight will be dropping, so stay tuned. See you.